Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to show you how to use Canva for layering overlapping graphics. The primary purpose is let's create a coloring page or a coloring book that is different than the rest. I mean, there are so many saturated products out there with cozy this, cozy that, bold here, easy there. Um, in order to really be successful or at least see some traction is you've got to create something different, whether that's you uncover a different niche, you uncover a hidden gem in an existing niche. You've got to come up with a different twist. So today I wanted to show you how to take a few ideas and maybe see if you can come up with what I would call a hidden object or interactive coloring book. So today you'll see I've got Canva open. And what I'm doing is I'm just pulling in some graphics and I want to layer them around. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little more complicated than just, generating some pages. Let's say you generate from AI and then you just place them on your canvas. It's going to be a little more in depth, but it will bring you a higher quality book that you can market to a different audience or to a more uh, interested audience who's tired of the same static pages. So what I've done is I have loaded in some graphics that were created with Nuri Creator. It's just an AI generator for coloring pages like Color Bliss, but it's just a different tool because I wanted you to see that this could be done with AI generated images. So what I did, let me just start from scratch, is I've got my 8.5 by 11 canvas open here, went to uploads, and then I created an image. So here's the image. And when it came out of Nuri Creator, it had this background, obviously, that I don't like. It's not good for a coloring page. Let me center it up. Then I'm going to hit background removal. Okay, so the idea, and obviously you're going to want something a little more intricate than this, but I wanted to start simple to show you how layering works. So right here is our main image, and you can click the three dots here, and you'll be able to see that you've got all these elements. Obviously, we have no layering because this is our only layer. But what I want you to do is get accustomed to clicking this, looking at your options. Okay? Now we need to add in, let's say we want to find something. You could create a coloring book about find 40 hidden objects or find white doves, something to that effect in each image. So instead of a star, I went over to elements. Since this is a cropped image, let's look for what would be good here. Let's do a sewing button. Okay, I want graphics. I'm just looking for something cute. Obviously, we can change the colors on there if we need to, but this is sort of cute, almost hand drawn. Okay, so now we have created a layer. So when you look at this, you want to, again, three dots, go to layer. Now I want to show you the layers. So what you'll see right here, this is your background. When you hover over it, it tells you it's your background. This is your main image, the one we started with. And here is our button that we want to make hidden. So the whole theme would be color in the pages and see if you can find the hidden button. Now, there's two ways to achieve this. You could click this button. Oops. You could change the transparency of the button, drag it around to wherever you'd like to in the image. That's one way. Let me go ahead and put it up here. Okay. Another way is you could change the overlap. You could move it to the back. So now you've got it to the back. It's the same color. black lines. Make this a little smaller. But you've hidden it behind the object. So this way, when someone comes to each page, you could simply type on this page find the button. Now, obviously we could turn this around. We could make this hollow. So that way you could say one. I sometimes like to tell people how much hidden objects there are. So this is one way to create a really unique book without being inside the gap. So now if you go over to Amazon, you'll want to search for coloring books for adults, hidden objects, or find the object coloring book for adults. And look for those keywords to see what you find. You'll find they're not overly saturated at all. Now here's another page that I created, and I'll start from scratch just so you can see what I did. Instead of using an AI image, you can just use Canva. So what I want to do is look for mandalas under my elements, graphics. Look for any one that you want to choose. So we could go with this. It's a little larger, put it over here. Now, obviously, I'm building a page that would have bleed, but this gives you some sense of how you can really structure these elements. I don't like that one. And as you design this, think about the user. What sort of experience will they have as they trace this or color this in? Okay, now we have, well, let me see, I'll make another one here. Now this one's a little bit busier. We got a lot more going on here, which is fine. You may want to make a challenging one. So let's go to our layers. Hold on a minute. Group these all together. And see how I've grouped it? When you group it, there are no layers. But we need to work on these layers. So what I'm going to do is go to my layers. Oops. Determine which one you want to be the back. You see how it's moving it? And then I want this one to be transparent. 38. 8. Okay. Because this could be a tracing book, which would make this even more fun. Oops, I need to do this one at 38. Now, the whole point is I want this to be somewhat complicated that you're tracing and coloring. So having overlap works for me. It does not bother me. If it bothers you, don't do it this way. But in order to make this a little more complex, this is how I'm going about it. Now, I also want to hide a star. So I want to make this small. You see how you just, I mean, you don't want to do this because it's obviously going to cut off in the print, but you just hide it. And you can also change the transparency of these to make them a little bit harder to see. Make them smaller if you would like as well. But this will really help you, stand out and have a different edge over everyone else that's publishing books using the same old cottage core, cozy kitchens, cozy corners. You've got to take that and make it something more. That's the only way marketing is going to stand out for you, especially if you're unknown. I wonder what this would look like if I took this down. Yeah, I don't like it up. Okay, so this is just a few design ideas that you could do. I also took this other AI image here, um, removed the background. You'll see, I removed the background, but I wanted to hide a dove, a white dove. You'll see it in the back. So this is what the image looks like. Um, show the layers for you. I have a dove on the back. You'll see it here. If I wanted to, I could bring it forward just by dragging it up. So you'll see right now it's forward and it's solid white. You could leave it this way and just turn the transparency down, or you could use your layers to overlap the graphic. So this one's a little more complicated too because I put it in the wood panel here. So these are just a few ideas. Honestly, let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see more layering and imagery? We can do that as well, and more videos. Okay, here's another AI image. And this time, grouped them together. Oops, sorry. I wanted to show you this one from scratch. Another AI image, removed the background, and I added in my dove here. What you'll see with this one is the layers are all locked into place. Now I could unlock them and move them around, but I actually think this is a little interesting one because you could come here, you can barely see the dove, and that makes it extremely challenging for a colorist, and I think that's what makes it interactive and fun. So let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.